Kind of just prepared ourselves to, psychologically we sat down and we got together and just, we prepared ourselves psychologically just to go and do this tour and finish the project. Just finish the project, album tour. And we'll get home December 5th, spend the holidays with our families and take some time off, and we'll probably sit down and talk about it sometime beginning into next year, but we haven't really sat down and discussed that. We're just here to do the job that's here to be done, and then after that, that's a decision that'll be made later.
And don't let the fact that we're here comfortably talking and touring make it seem like it wasn't a devastating thing that didn't happen. I mean, we're just kind of putting one foot in front of the other as each day goes by, and it's part of the healing process involved here, you know? It was, I mean, there was a point at which we were not going to tour, and we decided from a point of helping Jeff's family out financially. There were a lot of buildings hired, people hired already, so it was a very delicate and 11th hour decision, and it's kind of a miracle that we're even here right now. So I want everybody to think that it's quite as casual as it appears, that we just I mean, we always continue on like this. It was very difficult, you know. So
hey, thank you all very much for coming out here tonight. Well, we almost didn't do this tour, you know, because we lost our brother Jeffrey, and that's sad. But I know that he's here with us tonight, and we have another brother with us who came on a very short notice, a motherfucker drummer. Put your hands together for Simon Phillips.
We would want the drummer who would come and do the tour to be very different. We wouldn't want somebody coming in and trying to be Jeff, so to speak, or trying to play Jeff, because that's impossible. So it was just best that we get a great drummer, but that he be different, so that it makes it different. I think it would have been too difficult.
But he covers all the different styles so well. I mean, like, he's a wonderful guy, sensitive to the issue.
Yeah.
And we're honored to have him on. He's made it a lot easier for us to deal with all this. Well, I worked with him, and played a show with Jeff Beck and Carlos Santana and myself in 1986, and that's where I met him. And for some reason, man, his name popped into my head, and the same with him.
yeah.
And I said, yeah, that's the only guy that can do this, man. I mean, nobody will ever replace Jeff. Jeff Porcaro's Jeff Porcaro.
We're musicians, and you know, it's like riding a different horse, and it's a thoroughbred horse. Simon's an incredible drummer, so we just make our adjustments as musicians, and it's working out great.
Yes.
And plus, when we're on stage playing, I don't think about Jeffrey not being here. We're too focused on what we're doing, and if anything, that's my favorite time throughout this whole period, is because when you're on stage, you can, you know, your concentration is such that you don't think about all the surrounding, you know, one reason not to, and that was because we were too devastated to go on. But I think that we all have a view of life that's you know, advanced view of life, that life has to go on. You have to carry on. We always looked at the album and the tour that followed kind of as one project. You know, we did the album, then we come to Europe, and so it wouldn't feel like it was finished. The work was finished, unless we came over here and did everything that we had intended to do. So
yeah, Europe's
much stronger.
Big market for us. In France and just all Europe, really. We're doing a tremendous amount of business. The records, well, you know, couldn't be doing any better than it's doing right now. We're selling, God, tons of records.
tour, we go back and forth a little bit. Like we'll play tonight before we play it at an 1,800 seater, so it keeps us tight. But when you hit people like Paris, I mean places like Paris, excuse me, it's really great to get to the bigger places. You know, I like to keep going back and forth. I mean, I wish we could play. Where technically we're a little big to go into clubs and stuff like that, but I like that Prince concept of where you play a stadium one night or a big huge place and then play
a lot of people say, well, you should only do this one thing. You know, we'd love to play, and I love to make other people happy. You know, sometimes they call it, outside of the TOTO thing, we work with people, is, you know, you try to make people's dreams come true. Right. Because there's only a small supply for the demand of what people would like to attain in musicianship and feeling from the heart when they're making their music. And so everybody would love, whether they can pay you or not, to have you do that. And so we're real fortunate that we're musicians.